As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. Echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. ID'd as Osean Forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Your delusions of fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on it. Understood.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
It has been throughout the war, leading our country even further into ruin.
Strider 1, target destroyed. Tank is destroyed.
Anyone who wants on the radio? We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
Locked on landed.
Right. We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
Strider 1, Fox 2. Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
Strider 3 launching missile.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Longcaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier. We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that. This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General Labarge are the real patriots. Onward!
Somebody take out those Allied planes behind us.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle. We'll go. Let's go. We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online. Attack missed!
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Strider 1, clearing clouds.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Missile hit!
I'm gonna open this guy up.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, the General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes the traitor, Labarge.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they?
Labarge in that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Fire! Fire! We're on your side, you idiot!
Missile inbound! Evade!
You're in their sights, Strider 1.
Turn right. No, wait! That goes into the ocean! I can't shake the enemies on my tail! Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down?
Target is down.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carr, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin Technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point at the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Patriot, my duty is gone.
Nickel.
Nice work, Leo 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Thanks. We would have been toast.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 19er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Oh yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our general's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about a civil war. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
There are no friendlies out there.
Bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Nickel. Nickel.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Nickel.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! The general is speaking with the commander.
Nickel.
Cease fire with the OC aircraft. General's orders.
We're taking fire from vehicles blocking our path!
They actually believe that using robots will put an end to bloodshed. General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks. Please, watch over the future we build from the high heavens.
Taking fire from a friendly crew.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oceans?
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
We're unidentified aircraft to the drones.
We're under attack! Hurry up and do something!
Nickel. 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 Nickel.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like a fuel system.
So,
Ocean forces at landfill number 4. You're firing on our VIP. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have survived a few more shots like that. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies. Concluded. Regional forces in the center, south, and east must destroy stabilization of the nation. The Erusian government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Ocean, as rebels.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. Getting IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. Used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harling and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belgian technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Russia's responsible for Harling's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
If the drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's day.
UAVs are acting strange. Their autonomous mode must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's this whole Charlie Foxtrot.
It's Erusian military.
The general's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Three minutes remaining.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Taking some enemy. Missile, right.
Fox 2.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for a better time.
We've been briefed and we're here to help.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple routes and declared independence.
I'm glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone production will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No, unless she's a soldier.
We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Trigger, what the hell are you doing?
To the unidentified Ocean craft, this is Captain Carl.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing from the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Target destroyed. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
We're the only ones here on our side.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
Hostile behind me. What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Shoot down any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking?
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
ID'd as Ocean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our intel has been
Cassidy
updated.
tops the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Locked on bandit.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
It's Erusian military.
vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
Vehicle blocking the road.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Target destroyed.
Enemy has a lock. Evade!
Caution. Pull up. Missile.
Strider 1, break!
Missile. Missile.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Missile.
Here comes a traitor, Lafarge. This is a white net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Lafarge in that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
Falcons in machine gun range.
Caution.
Vehicle eliminated.
You guys have opened the trial for war, leading our country even further into ruin.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
My engine's been hit. Where did it come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
Missile. Missile.
That was too close for comfort.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile, keep your head down!
Missile. Stall warning.
Locked on. This one's a goner. How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere.
Missile.
Mark 2.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile away.
Houston, squad, friendly hello on front. Patriot, my duty is calling. Nice work, Leos 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Target acquired.
What? We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once.
Stall warning.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
We're heading towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point is a helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
They actually believe that using robots will put an end to bloodshed.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Illusions.
It is not machines that make decisions anymore. It's people. Understand that.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Traeger, enemy has a lock on you.
guy off my back! Fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Missile.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, they don't know where is safe.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the emerging military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide. The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
Fire! Fire! We're on your side!
Listen up. From here on out, all aircraft are prohibited from taking off. I didn't think we were gonna make it. You saved us. Thanks. We're taking fire from vehicles blocking our path. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. Seen forces at landfill number 4. You're firing on our VIP. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have survived a few more shots like that.
General, we still have drones at our disposal. Watch your future before you behind heavens.
Okay, Hawk acquired. Fire it.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. High-effective conditions for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belgian technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Russia is responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that. I'm sure.
Strider 3, missile in the air! Evade!
You have no choice! Fire!
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
You're in their sights, Strider 1. The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Strider 1 is entered the clouds. Fox 2.
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like the Peeling Unit.
So,
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicles. We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Uzians attacking the radicals. Maybe we should join up with them. It means getting rid of the assholes faster.
Ammunition 0.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Wilco.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Missile.
It's 3 strikes. Who's a member of the penal unit doing crying or playing? Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Keep the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Target hit.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusia News Network.
Caution. Pull up.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No, unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. From all the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit. That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp. Uh-huh. Right. I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco. Wilco.
Target hit.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Wait, you don't think it's those Osean big shots, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of three strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
Mine. Strider 2, Fox 2.
I'm on my target's tail. Nice kill!
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The
escort fighter is... the drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco, understood.
Wilco.
Stall warning.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Hostile confirmed destroyed.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies.
Target locked.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Missile. Stall warning. Stall warning. Stall warning.
UAV is down.
Missile. Missile.
Locked on bandit.
Missile away. 5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
The counter-strike is fully functional. They're coming.
4 bandits left.
Missile.
It's not enough to be really
Missile.
functional. There has to be a time when it should not function.
Missile.
But when?
Missile.
They are up to the data, aren't they?
Missile. 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 Stall warning. Stall warning.
3 bandits to go.
Strider 2, enemy behind you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I'm on my target's tail.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. Target is in machine gun range. Fox 2. 1 bandit to go. You're out of missiles.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General Staff? No, we'd like you to send... Missile! I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos. Still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness." Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandon Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Thank God! Friendly birds!
Caution.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Our air support is here!
Target acquired. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
We're under attack!
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
If you lose your legs, then crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
ID complete.
They're Erusians. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that. They're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Damn, those Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to APC. Give us another 30 minutes. And then say we want to at least give the children a proper burial.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. On the bay until operation feeding time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Target acquired.
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running.
Missile.
Strider 1, target eliminated. I have a solid lock.
Target hit.
If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Missile.
Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Missile.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Hostile confirmed destroyed. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Get the wounded out of here, hurry!
You let them through, we're as good as dead! Go with us! Can you see the enemy agency from there?
We don't even know where we are!
Strider 1, missile launched.
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks! Our guys even took out the enemy business plane. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Allied retreat looks good.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
Missile.
Locked on.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Enemy position! Speak up! The artillery fire's got a number on my hearing!
Missile.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Thanks, but won't we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This appears he is the one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already. They did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Arusea will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your back to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
On you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Visual.
Like an eagle. Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Draw the enemy's attention here. If you are wavering, remember the faces of those who pushed for war.
Missile away.
Launch control, this is Flight Leader. Our systems ready. We have to go for launch.
Enemy on your back.
This is Launch Control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Speedy Time. Launch Control, roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Ram 8, behind my target. Outnumbered and will be surrounded.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now. Target is down.
Behind the enemy.
This is Gram 7, Flush 2. This is Gram 7. Attack failed. careful. These guys are good.
Intercept those bombers. Target is in machine gun range.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oceans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oceans on the island. We failed.
This is Tango 2-3. Pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Lancaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Thank God. Friendly birds.
We're under attack!
I have a solid lock.
Target destroyed. Update us on Tyler Island.
Artillery fire just missed us on my
Worse.
side.
Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run.
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Our air support is here.
Do me a favor, Lancaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Illusions are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. Looking for much part of the fight. Guys are all lined up. No, they are not combatant.
Destroyed.
Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. We did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! Get out there and we'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to.
It's no use! Right to the right! Fire at that supply ship!
It's the radicals that shot us in the back. I'll make them pay for this.
No use hailing them! They know they're shooting at friendlies!
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
Who's firing at each other?
This is AWACS Lancaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire!
Confirmed! The info is from Allied AWAC! Hold your fire! Roger. What are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. Give us another 30 minutes. I count 12 dead bodies here.
Move them away to the mass driver.
They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with military.
Get closer. You'll never hit them from here. Medical mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship's munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
That goes 13. Two tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
UAV confirmed destroyed.
Get the wounded out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead!
Strider 1, Splash 1.
Target acquired. ID complete. Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood! This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go!
We don't even know where we are.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run! The enemy will shoot us in the back! You hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Ambush, stay calm, reform the ranks! It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
But will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Hey, Commander! An explosion inside! Send you the countdown. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Aruzia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ship. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
They're starting to fire blindly at us. They're getting desperate.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Launch control, simulator, all systems ready. We are go for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control, dodge back.
Special weaponry depleted. The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Look, Our air support has taken out most of the Erusian forces.
We're unable to hostile this block.
Missile. 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 Missile.
This is Graham 7. Attack failed.
Ammunition 0.
Fox 2.
Go past the 101. North to Capitol is taken down.
Missile. Missile.
Strata 1, target acquired. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. 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 Missile.
This is Graham 7. I'm behind my target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Bandit has a lock.
Missile. Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Entering cloud cover.
Missile.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now. Fox 2. All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Our bombers are destroying this call. We got surrender with your hands. Damn it. They're too good. Are they really from Osea?
Strata 1, target acquired. Target hit.
Quit craning your neck. Our guys will take care of 3 strikes.
Strata 1, target acquired. Missile hit.
Try to save your ammo. Lure them in and then fire at once.
Fox 2. Hostile confirmed destroyed.
We don't need to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got it?
Locked on.
Strata 1, we've identified the unknown targets. Missile away.
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
superiors to do whatever they want. Don't let them in. Send them away. Hey, you! Dumbass with a scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? Call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. There's no 3 names for count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help these refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I'm thinking about how I do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
No canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are still. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile.
Because everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile. 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 Missile.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal count.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Which one
Missile.
first?
Don't try to
Missile.
follow after the supply ships.
Missile.
Stick close to Trigger.
Missile.
All aircraft,
Missile.
remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
The supply ship's in the clouds. We can't find it.
Don't overshoot.
Your plane will ice up if you stay in there too long. You're out of missiles. That's a confirmed direct hit by the missile. Keep it up. Bring down those supply ships. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
They're forced to turn their backs to us. Now I'm looking for them.
60 seconds remain.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
The Ocean pilots are chasing the supply ship hard.
Missile. Missile.
So they're trying to feed that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
Missile. Missile.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they could do was fly fast.
These guys continue pursuit of the supply ship.
We're almost out of time. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that The rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But, what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.